about Rwanda and the Congo. We'll be doing a peace settlement, probably coming in on Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be signing it up, and we've stopped a very vicious war. So that was an honor for me to be involved. I want to thank J.D. Vance for a great job, and also our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has done a fantastic job. So Rwanda, a long-term war with the Congo, a very bloody war. They're all bloody, but this was a really bloody one. Is going to be making peace with Congo, and they can get on to making trade deals with the United States and other places and have a much more normal form of life. We're very honored by that. As you know, we did a very great job with India and Pakistan, and we had India in. It looks like we're going to be making a trade deal with India. And we had Pakistan in. It looks like we're going to be making a trade deal with Pakistan. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. Serbia, Kosovo, likewise, they've been fighting for years. And as you know, we brought that one to a conclusion. And now we have a couple of big ones. We have Russia, Ukraine, which is making a little bit of progress. And we have Israel, and nobody really knows what that one is all about. We're going to find out pretty soon, I guess.
Mr. President, the Iranian foreign minister this afternoon said if the U.S. is serious about negotiations, that you would call up Israel and request that they stop their airstrikes. Will you make that request?
Well, I think it's very hard to make that request right now. If somebody's winning.
President Trump is a man with a big heart. Americans are brave people, but one thing I want to let Americans understand is what is really ruining your relationship in Africa is your alliance with France. And in order to make significant progress in Africa, America needs to distance itself from France. Its long colonial history is rubbing Africans the wrong way as to how they perceive Americans. We know about the NATO deal, we understand the tariffs on France and all that, but you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. Your association with France is given a bad reputation in Africa about Americans. In as much as you're looking at ending the war between Rwanda and Congo, we should do something to secure the American interest in Africa by limiting France's influence in the continent. Case in point, my country of origin, I've been blessed by this great nation, started here. But one thing you realize about my nation of origin is we are ruled by a president who has been in power for 42 years. He is 92 as we speak, and he is still running for president this year, 2025. When America sent troops in 2015, 300 of those troops to train the Cameroonian military so that we can preserve peace and security in Cameroon. The effort you made towards securing global peace has been used to suppress oppositions in the country. We have a crisis in Cameroon that the entire world has ignored. More than 45,000 people have lost their lives. More than 1 million people are displaced internally and externally in Cameroon as we speak. What the world doesn't understand about Cameroon is we have the French-speaking part of Cameroon and we have the English-speaking part of Cameroon. The French-speaking part of Cameroon got their independence in 1960. We were still an integral part of Nigeria at that time. We got our independence in 1961 and joined the French-speaking part of Cameroon in a federation. Oil was discovered in the English-speaking part of Cameroon. At that time, the nation was led by a francophone president, Amadou Ahidjo. When he realized that oil was discovered in the English-speaking part of Cameroon, they abolished the federal system and introduced a unitary system in 1972. In 1982, the current president, Paul Biya, came to power. In 1984, he abolished the unitary system and introduced the Republic of Cameroon. The entire goal was to gradually wipe out the Anglophone identity. We are persecuted in Cameroon because we speak English. We share American values. We are God-fearing people, working people. We are being marginalized because we speak English. The Biden administration, the UN, and Amnesty International has made efforts to initiate dialogue to no avail. And this is why France never truly left Africa, and so France never truly left Cameroon. The mastermind to erode the Anglo-Saxon culture and English language in Cameroon is as a result of France's tie to the current regime in Cameroon. This is what the world has swept under the carpet. And President Trump, I believe with all my heart, you are the only man that can bring an end to the marginalization of Anglophones in Cameroon. The people are seeking independence. They have been robbed in this union. Since oil was discovered in this nation, France and the current regime came up with a mastermind to assimilate the Anglophones. We are not asking for aid. We are asking for trade. We are asking for partnership. We want to represent American values in Central Africa and spread democracy and preserve security in Central Africa. This nation on paper is a bilingual nation, but we have French-speaking troops in every corner of our city, speaking French, a language our people don't understand. I want to add that this is a threat to Christianity as well. An American missionary was killed as a result of this conflict. In the Anglophone zone, if I walk to the police station, I'm going to meet a French-speaking police officer, and I have to address my grievances in a language that I barely understand. This is what these people have been going through for more than 65 years. President Trump, the Anglophones in Cameroon seeking freedom believe in American values. Pro-Christians, family-oriented, believes in trade, liberty, justice, and security. This is their plight to govern themselves in the Anglo-Saxon way. And I know, President Trump, that you are a pro-supporter of the English language. And this is an opportunity for us to regain the trust of Africans in this part of Africa. Our people are dying every day in silence. Villages have been burned, women raped, children killed, almost 1 million displaced internally and externally, and no one seems to be listening because France is extracting oil on our land in collaboration with the current regime, a president that has been in power for over 42 years. He is 92 and barely walking, and everyone that has dared to speak has been labeled a terrorist, locked up, or assassinated, criminalized. This is the condition of our people. Many are on exile abroad because they dared to speak against this current regime. This is the condition of our people. The Anglophone zone has a land size of 42,700 square kilometers with abundant natural resources, sufficient to be a thriving nation on its own. We are pushing for a complete independence from this archaic francophone system that has robbed our people for over 65 years. Every clause in the agreement that we came into has been violated. Our people don't have opportunity to work even in refineries that are on their land. President Trump and the American people, this is a systematic discrimination on a people because they speak English, and we understand the value of the English language in this dispensation, and so we hold to it with everything that we have. Many are dying in the Sahara Desert to make it to Europe or America. President Trump, the American people, we will be your allies. You have great relationship with rugged regimes in Africa, but not with the people. They see you the same way they see France. Through this strategic partnership, we will ensure that we change how Africans perceive Americans. This is a dawn of a new era of the relationship between Americans and Africa. Russia and China is taking over the continent. because the people perceive America the same way they perceive France. They say they are one and the same people. The mass incarceration is alarming. The humanitarian aid given by the UN is being distributed by spies who go around pointing out anyone who opposes the government, and they become a target to be killed, eliminated, or jailed. We have individuals who have been trained in the Francophone zone and deployed to the Anglophone zone, roaming our streets as madmen and drunkards to gather information so they can target innocent civilians. This is the condition our people are going through. We have individuals among us that have been paid by the government to provide information on anyone that speaks up against this corrupt regime. This president spends 4 months out of a year in the nation. He spends most of his time in Switzerland in luxury. When the public rose up in 2016 and said enough is enough, we don't want French teachers in our schools, we don't want French magistrates in our courts, the police and the army attempted to silence the voice of the masses. In that process, 6 military officers were killed. The president stood up and addressed the nation in French. That part of the country doesn't understand French. It was perceived as a declaration of war. None in his cabinet made an attempt to translate that speech in English. And so this has led to the loss of lives of thousands of Anglophones. All they did was deploy military officers to the Anglophone zone to kill our people, destroy their properties, destroy their villages, and this is where we are today. More than 45,000 people have lost their lives. No one in his cabinet, not the national television, bothered to translate that message into English for the people to understand. And so war followed, and the people have been in pain for all this while. The data says 6,000, but we know more than 45,000 people have lost their lives and properties as a result of this conflict. President Paul Biya is not competent to lead a bilingual nation. He is not competent to lead even the French part of the nation. His own people in the Francophone zone live in dire poverty. Yet he claims he's securing peace in this nation. He doesn't understand English. He can't speak English, yet he wants to lead a bilingual nation that speaks English and French. Due to his negligence and incompetence, we've lost more than 45,000 people. The American people, President Trump, this is time to put an end to this injustice in Cameroon and let the people of the Anglophone zone be free forever. They have been in this pain for years. They have written petitions. The UN and France have buried every evidence of what our people are going through.